start to finish?
Man, first of all, really proud of the entire team of how they responded. Obviously, a disappointing loss the previous time out, and then you got an open date, battling injuries, and they had a decision to make. Were they going to continue to fight, or were they going to pack it in? And I thought the guys did a great job of preparing and defensively for them to come out and have 8 sacks and shut down the run and kind of give the opportunity, the offense opportunity after opportunity. Just really proud of how those guys responded and played down the stretch. And Cohen, big interception there. Nick Jackson, no doubt, he's our team leader. And he's battling a knee, and he did everything that he possibly could to get himself to play. Wasn't 100%, but he goes out and has 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and comes up with a fumble recovery. So just really, really proud of how inspired those guys played throughout the course of the game. And as you said, it was only fitting. I wish offensively, we would find a way to get out of our own way at times and just go finish drives as opposed to allowing penalties or drops to stop drives.
For the defense to have that ability to get a stop after a turnover or something goes bad, like after the block punt to get a 3 and out.
That's right.
After the fumble to get the interception. What's it say about the defense and how important is that skill?
It's critical, and we talk a lot about playing complementary football. But at times, as a team, there's going to be certain occasions where you got to compensate. Same thing, flip side is they go down and score, on the defense, and the offense needs to come out and answer, and respond. And so you want to play complementary football, but at times you got to compensate. And those guys over there didn't flinch. Man, they're playing inspired. They're having a lot of fun. They're playing fast, and I think you're starting to see some of that offensively. I mean, we came out the gate and we're moving, and then we fumble the ball, and then we take a shot down the field, and right off the fingertips, and really, really proud of the guys offensively for the way that they responded throughout the course of the game to the adversity. And that's what we talked a lot about is just the mindset that it takes, the competitive stamina that you got to have throughout the course of the game, understanding there's going to be adversity, but it's all about how you respond. And truth be told, whether you have success or whether you have failure, you should respond the same way. And you just move forward. It's all about what's next. I'm not going to be defined by that. I got an opportunity to do better the next play.
You talk about teaching these guys how to win.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty, but what does that kind of show?
Yeah, and that's what I told him. I said, really, really proud of finding a way to win because you look, the previous game we were up by 10, going in and had a chance to kind of, really jump out on the previous team, and we didn't. And then we ended up, self-destructing. Where here, even though we had some moments where we were kind of beating ourselves, we still found ways to make enough plays, right, to keep the momentum to where it completely didn't flip so that the defense could go out there and get stops and give us more opportunities to try and move the ball and play field position.
Do you need to look again at the kicking situation?
Yeah, we got to look at special teams in general, and that was something that I really got to challenge myself, the staff, and the team. Is our best players got to be on special teams, and we got to build some competitive depth. And that's where we're struggling a little bit is competitive depth to be able to get guys to play snaps on offense, defense, and special teams without just completely running our guys into the ground. And we're giving some guys some opportunities, but they gotta show up. And just too many critical mistakes. And man, poor Demeek. We told him, hey, look, we're not returning the ball. Fair catch it. He takes a knee on the 3-yard line. Young guy and. Then Lavelle there, we told him all week, get skinny through the gap and then just get your hand up. And he goes over the top, critical penalties. So just too many of those things that we got to clean up. But we also got to challenge the guys that if we're going to win down the stretch, man, our best players are going to have to be more committed to giving us valuable snaps on special teams. And then the kicking situation, I mean, I'm kind of in a pickle right now, But freshman guy. First time on the big stage Thursday night, a little bit different. I like how he responded after missing those kicks. Just the look that he had in his eyes. He didn't drop his head. He didn't slump his shoulders. He said, "Coach, I got you. I'm gonna come back." And so we're just gonna keep working at it. That's all we can do. And if we continue to have the same performance, and it's not all on the kicker too. There were several where we gave up some leakage on the inside. And again, that's where we're giving guys opportunities to play. Man, you gotta go strain for 6 seconds because it all matters.
Offensively, you guys had some long pass plays early. Wicks, obviously. Lavelle had one. Keaton, I think, had a couple. Was that something you guys saw going in? Was capable? Is it the offense?
I think the offense coming together, because a lot of the plays, to be honest with you, are similar plays. It's just now the timing is and the chemistry is a little bit better, and the guys are understanding, where Brennan wants them to be. Brennan's getting a better understanding of where the launch point is, what the timing is, and so you're just starting to see, some of those things click. And again, that's another example, not that, but an example of competitive depth. Three's playing a lot of plays. And he should make that play on the sideline. He knows it on the comeback. But, man, when you're gassed and you're trying to go down for a ball, Lavelle's got to make that play in the end zone. We drop a touchdown there. But, 86, Wilson and Demick, those guys, man, they got to come on for us. Demick on that one long ball, man, you get a shot, you're the fastest guy we got, man. We're throwing one up to you, man. You can't get walled out of bounds. You got to fight and scrap for that ball. So there's just a lot of things that these guys got to be taught just from football standpoint on special teams, game situations. And again, kicking myself, I should have just called timeout on that fourth down instead of taking the penalty. But wanted to get a little bit of room, see if he was going to tip his hand. Once he tipped his hand, we called timeout. So we're all growing, we're all getting better. But it's one game at a time, and just really proud that the guys found a way to win. Because in the past, or in the short past that I've been here, we found ways, to give that game away. But at least we came out with the win, so it's opportunity to build going into this home stretch that we have in Scott Stadium.
What did you make of Brennan's decision-making? He had the 2 picks, but,
Yeah, the pick. I mean, it was a loaded box RPO. He has to throw that ball. You'd like to see KT. I got to go back and see how close it was, but he made a good decision there. And I thought he threw a good enough ball down the field to Demick. Demick's just got to lean back on that guy. He's got to fight and scrap. And at that point, that's when the receiver has to become the DB. And I'll take the 15-yard penalty as opposed to the interception. Now the positive was it turned into a punt. It's like a punt. You don't want to, but you flip the field. But, man, I thought he threw a good enough ball right there that Demick's got to go bail his quarterback out by at least making sure that the ball is incomplete.
Chico Bennett today back
Yeah.
here.
Happy for him, happy for him to be back. And told him before the game, I said, man, I know you're excited, but, hey, stay locked in and just go play a heck of a game. Don't get caught up in all the hoopla. Just go play a game. It was a little scary there when he went down. It was a little scary for a second, but he popped right up and he was kind of fighting the trainers to get off the ground. That's how much he wanted to be successful in playing this game and finish.
I was not here for Rudd's comments, but when Tech had to switch quarterbacks, did that allow you to kind of come harder with the pass rush?
I thought even prior to 10 going out, I thought they were doing a great job against the run. There weren't a ton of big runs. They were fitting the gas, being where they're supposed to be. I think they on their side saw that they weren't having success with the run, and then they went to being one-dimensional, throwing the ball, and then that plays into your pass rush from that standpoint. But I'd also say 8 sacks, and that's not just the pass rush; that's the coverage on the back end. Mm-hmm.
Same thing about Chico, but with Nick Jackson.
Yeah.
You talked about him earlier, just having to grind it out with that knee injury. Just what do you make of his effort and just kind of what he did, maybe off the field too?
I mean, he's the epitome of what you want in a student athlete. I mean, he's serious about his business and everything that he does. He's all about the team. I mean, there's not a selfish bone in his body, and there was no way he wasn't going to play this game. I thought the staff did a good job of managing him. Rolling him in certain situations and trying to use him as effectively as possible as his knee would let him go. Not having Ahern, I was a little concerned going in, but, man, proud of the young backers that stepped up and played. I saw James Jackson was in the mix a lot, meeting guys in the hole, making some good plays. So just really, really proud of those guys. But, man, Nick, he's the heart and soul right now of this football team. It means so much to him that he was not going to be. We would have had to took his helmet in order for him not to play. But he worked his butt off. The training staff, our sports med folks, Kelly and her crew, they did an unbelievable job of his progression to get him back, because it was a little iffy last week. There was a couple times last week I was like, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it, but he progressively got better. Man, he put in the work. He showed up when he was supposed to show up. He showed up when he wasn't supposed to show up, put in extra. He was treating at the hotel all day long to get himself ready to play.
We're going to cut Coach loose.